Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. कैसे हैं आप?
Sir, ठीक है, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Please introduce yourself to the board.
My name is Samridhi Talwar. I have been born and brought up in Delhi. I have completed my schooling from Mount Carmel School, Anand Niketan, which is in Delhi. I have done my BBA LLB from University School of Law and Legal Studies, which is the main campus of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University in Delhi itself. And I completed my graduation in 2022. Ever since then, I have been preparing for judiciary.
Okay, so have you appeared for other judicial services as well?
Yes, sir. I have appeared for 3 more exams apart from RJS. I did not qualify too. I did qualify Delhi, but my mains result is pending.
Okay, so are you confident about clearing Delhi Judicial Services mains examination?
So I am sorry, I do not have an idea about it.
Okay, so is the result not yet out?
No, sir, the result is not yet out.
Okay, so let's say, Samriddhi, that in case you also clear Delhi Judicial Services mains examination, and you will be facing the interviews of Delhi Judicial Services. And let's say, for example, you get selected both in Rajasthan Judicial Services as well as Delhi Judicial Services. Then what you will be choosing?
So for me, judiciary comes first. Geographical boundaries are not a consideration for me. It has been my dream to be a judge, and whichever is the first opportunity, I would like to choose that.
So will your parents not force you to be in Delhi itself if
No, sir, my parents are very open about and are very considerate about my dream. So they have no such considerations that I should be in Delhi itself. Rather, they also wish to move out of Delhi once they retire.
So you will be deciding it on the basis of whichever result comes first, or what is your priority? Whether your priority is Rajasthan Judicial Services or Delhi Judicial Services? Be clear with your...
So my priority is RJS. And I have given it all my heart and soul. I gave the Delhi Judicial examination because at that point of time, Rajasthan, the notification was not out. But ever since the notification has come out, I have given my heart and soul to this examination. And this examination is my priority.
Okay. So you think you'll be able to adjust with Rajasthan Judicial Services? Adjust kar lenge aap?
Yes, sir. It's a small price to pay for my dream, and it will also help me come out of my comfort zone because I have only been in one place for all my life, and I would like to move out and explore more and learn more.
Okay. What are your areas of interest, Samriddhi? Which subjects?
So academically or beside academics?
Only academics. Both.
So I enjoy all my subjects, but I enjoy the Indian Evidence Act quite a lot. Apart from that, non-academically, I enjoy reading books and I also enjoy cooking.
What kind of books do you read?
So I read both fiction and non-fiction.
Any latest author and book that you have studied?
So I recently read a book. It's called Grit by Angela Duckworth, and it has given me more confidence about my dream to be a judge.
Okay. What kind of a book it is? It is about?
So it's about a trait called grit, which is hard work and passion combined. And the author explains how for one to be successful, she gives an equation, and that equation has stayed with me. She says that for success, you need talent multiplied by hard work will give you excellence. But excellence multiplied by hard work will give you success. So her essence is that hard work counts twice. So that really motivated me that whenever I'm self-doubting, I believe that if I continue to take steps further, I will surely achieve my goal.
Okay. And academically, your area of interest is Indian Evidence Act.
Yes.
Okay. Over to you, Mittal sir.
Thank you, sir. Samriddhi, to my opinion, your answer that you will prefer RJS as compared to Delhi, it appears to be a concocted answer. The reality must be that because you belong to Delhi, you have studied at Delhi, so you shall be more comfortable at Delhi. But to satisfy the Board of Rajasthan may be sufficient. So, when this Indian Evidence Act was enacted?
Sir, 1872, 1st September 1872.
The opening preamble, what is the opening preamble of the Evidence Act?
Sir, I apologize. I don't remember it word to word, but if you may allow, I can tell you what I remember.
Okay. What do you mean by secondary document?
Sir, secondary document is a form of proof of a document. There is a list of 5 types of secondary document that is provided under Section 63. Secondary documents are only permissible if a party proves that primary document is not available as per the conditions of Section 65.
Now you know that being judge, the judge is not supposed to know each and every aspect of the life. So whether the party or the judge can take the assistance of someone expert in that field?
Yes, sir. Section 45 to 51 of the Indian Evidence Act provides for the taking of assistance of an expert.
Okay, I got the answer. Thank you. What do you mean by digital evidence?
So digital evidence or electronic evidence is evidence that is submitted in electronic form. For example, video recordings of CCTV cameras can be an example of it.
Okay. Certainly, this Indian Evidence Act has been replaced by Bharatiya Sakshi Sanhita.
Yes.
But prior to it, in the year 2000, whether there was any other act by which the provisions of Indian Evidence Act were amended?
Yes, sir. The Information Technology Act 2000
Yes,
was
very
enacted.
good, very good. I got the answer. I got the answer. You know it. Thank you. Now, what do you mean by discharge of burden of proof?
So, discharge of burden of proof means what extent a person is required to prove a particular fact so that the burden on him is the fact that is required to be proved by him is discharged. For example, Section 101 and 102 provide for it. A burden of proof, whichever party has the burden of proof, he has to bring the facts to the court and prove his case. And depending upon the criminal or civil case, whenever the court is satisfied that the burden is discharged, only then that fact shall be admitted to be proved.
What do you mean by the doctrine of repugnancy?
So, doctrine of repugnancy is provided for in the Constitution. The doctrine of repugnancy is provided, comes into play when both the center and the state make a law on the same subject. If the Article 248 provides 254, I apologize. Article 254 provides for it. Article 254 says that if a law has been made by the center and the state, the law of the center shall prevail. There is one exception to it, wherein if the state has taken the sanction of the president or the consent of the president on that law, the state law shall prevail. However, Constitution provides that union can still make a law thereafter, which can infructuate that previous state made law.
Whether there is any definition or limitation or boundaries that on what subjects the state government can make the law?
Yes, sir. 7th schedule of the Constitution, the list 2 lays down the laws that can be wholly and solely made by the state, and the concurrent list, that is the list 3, also provides the subjects on which state can make law.
Good. Suppose any enactment is put to 10th schedule, 9th schedule, what shall be its impact?
So, Article 31, clause 31B states that any law that is put in the 9th schedule shall not be subject to judicial review or judicial scrutiny. However, the effect of this article was changed, altered by the Supreme Court in the case of 𝐈𝐻𝐻𝐬𝐬, where the Supreme Court said that any judgment forthwith after that judgment passed by any law passed by the Parliament and put in the 9th schedule shall again be subject to judicial review.
Judicial scrutiny, not
Judicial
review.
scrutiny. I apologize.
Supreme Court can scrutinize that law, that whether it is in consonance with the basic structure of the Constitution or not, whether it is in accordance with the provisions of Constitution or not.
Yes.
The Supreme Court can scrutinize. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
What are the powers of the magistrate first class
So,
for conviction?
yes, sir. So, section 29, if I'm not wrong, of the Code of Criminal Procedure lays down the powers in the CRPC. The judicial magistrate first class can give a sentence of imprisonment of up to 3 years and fine of up to 10,000 rupees.
There are various types of imprisonments. What are those?
So there are 3 types of imprisonments. One is life imprisonment, the other is rigorous imprisonment, and the third is simple imprisonment.
Very good. And when this IPC was codified?
So 1860, if I am not
1860. No, you are right. You are right. What is need to say that if I am not wrong? If you are wrong, the examiner knows. If you are not wrong, why you are emphasizing upon the examiner that you may not be wrong? Okay, 1860. Now, I want to ask you that whether this provision of imprisonment for life is since beginning, that is 1860, or subsequently it was amended?
I am not sure, sir. I apologize.
You are not sure.
Yes.
May I tell you that this provision of imprisonment for life was put to the IPC in the year 1955 after independence. Prior to it, it was transportation for life. So, and the transportation for life was to send a person to the Andaman and Nicobar, whatever that is.
Yes.
So, Britishers had not provided for the imprisonment for life, they had provided for transportation for life.
All right.
And it was in the year 1955 that the term imprisonment for life was introduced. Okay.
All right.
In your opinion, what is the duration of imprisonment for life?
Sir, it is to the natural life of the person.
Whether it has been defined in the IPC?
So it has not been defined in the IPC. Actually, in some places it has been defined. It has been specified, but there are various judgments of the Supreme Court which have interpreted it to include the natural life of a person.
After 2013, there was the J.S. Verma committee.
Yes.
After 2013, by making certain amendments in the particular sections of the Indian Penal Code, it was provided and it was explained that imprisonment for life means the last breath of the convict or till the natural death.
Yes.
But that is confined only to those sections, maybe section 376,
Yes.
maybe other sections, but not in section 302. So,
All right.
why the government had not defined it that the imprisonment for life shall mean for the remainder of the convict's life? Why for the particular sections?
Sir, I don't know the exact intent, but I can make a guess, if that is okay.
No, I want a legal answer. No
No,
guess.
it is a legal answer, but it's I'm not very sure of it.
Yes.
So it could be in furtherance of the reformative theory of punishment, because whenever we are sentencing someone, the aim is not to be not just to be a punitive reason to punish him, but also to reform him. So that if a person is reformed in a particular number of years, there is no particular reason that he must be in jail. That is why provisions for remission are also provided.
Very good. Very good. Who has the power to remit the sentence?
So the Constitution provides that the President and the Governor can remit the sentence, whereas in the Code of Criminal Procedure, the appropriate government can also remit the sentence.
What are the powers of Chief Judicial Magistrate vis-a-vis a judicial magistrate?
So the Chief Judicial Magistrate is a person who is a judicial magistrate first class. The difference between the powers is that the Chief Judicial Magistrate also manages the administrative portion of the court. He also decides what will be the roster and what cases will be dealt by which court. He also decides those things.
Is there any difference in grant of punishment?
Yes, sir. There is. Yes,
So
sir.
that is the main thing. That is the main thing. The power of the Chief Judicial Magistrate and the power of the Judicial Magistrate.
May I tell you?
He can award 3 years, he can award 7 years.
Yes, sir.
Suppose there is a case before the Judicial Magistrate in which the maximum punishment as provided under law is up to 7 years. And the Judicial Magistrate Class 1 thinks that 3 years imprisonment, I have the power, it is not sufficient. Then what he will do?
So he will forward the case to the Chief Judicial Magistrate with an opinion with the reasons why he believes that more a sentence than 3 years should be granted, and the CJM may try the case, consider the case himself, or yes, sir, or he may make it over to some other magistrate.
No, that's another thing. I'm asking about the legal position. Suppose the Judicial Magistrate first class finds that 3 years punishment will not be sufficient and he should be punished for more than 3 years. But because he is having power up to 3 years, therefore he may send the file to the Chief Judicial Magistrate. Now the Chief Judicial Magistrate will simply award the punishment or can review the evidence and make a different conclusion.
So I believe as soon as the magistrate sends the case to the CJM, he becomes functus officio. So the CJM is empowered to review the evidence and consider hear the parties again and then make a informed decision in his opinion.
No, that is not the case. The CJM has to simply award the punishment. He will not enter into the facts of the case. He will not reappreciate the evidence because he is not the appellate court. CJM is not the appellate court of the Judicial Magistrate. Therefore, he cannot reappreciate or revise the evidence or the conclusions derived by the Judicial Magistrate.
I apologize.
Not apologize. Anup sir.
यस समृद्धि, जैसे कि काफी क्वेश्चंस हो गए हैं, अब मुझे कुछ ये बता दीजिए कि दिल्ली से ही आपने स्टडीज की है, दिल्ली से ही आपने पढ़ाई की, वहीं से रह के तैयारी किया, वहीं से एग्जाम दिया, आप राजस्थान आके गए, लेकिन यहाँ पे जो पोस्टिंग होगी आपकी, ऐसा नहीं कि दिल्ली जैसा एरिया ही आपको यहाँ पर मिलेगा, इतना फॉरवर्ड एरिया रहेगा। मे बी राजस्थान बहुत बड़ा स्टेट है, यहाँ पे कुछ बैकवर्ड एरियाज भी हैं, भले वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट बन गए हैं, लेकिन वहां पे भी आपकी पोस्टिंग हो सकती है जहां पे आपको आज के जमाने के हिसाब से चमक दमक बिल्कुल नहीं मिलने वाला है एज पर द रीजन ऑफ राजस्थान। तो आप उसको कैसे मैनेज करेंगे, क्योंकि आपने जो लाइफस्टाइल अभी दिल्ली में जी है, यहाँ पे आप अगर आपको सूटेबल नहीं हुआ तो क्या आप वापस से इस जॉब को हटना चाहेंगे या फिर से आप दिल्ली जुडिशियल के लिए प्रिपेयर करना चाहेंगे? व्हाट यू विल थिंक अबाउट दिस?
Sir, leaving the position of being a judge is never an option for me, sir. I have always wanted to do this. And I was aware that I can be posted in rural areas also in Rajasthan at the time when I filled the form. And despite that, I am very ready and very willing to be posted wherever. And I will I can assure you I will adjust with the same, because the dream of being a judge is much bigger than, so for the lack of a better word, chamak dhamak of a city. I don't really, it is not a factor for me at all.
राइट राइट चलिए एकेडमिक्स पे आते हैं. अगर एक डेड बॉडी से इफ अ पर्सन टेक्स प्रॉपर्टी डिसऑनेस्टली फ्रॉम डेड बॉडी, देन व्हाट काइंड ऑफ ऑफेंस इज दिस?
So सेक्शन 404 में क्रिमिनल मिसअप्रोप्रिएशन में आ जाएगा ये, अगर हम डेड बॉडी से तब सामान कुछ लेते हैं जब उनके लीगल एयर्स या पर्सन जो कि रिस्पॉन्सिबल है उस सामान के लिए, जब तक उनको हैंड ओवर नहीं हुआ होता.
राइट राइट. राजस्थान को दिल्ली से कंपेयर अगर करें आपके, आप कैसे देखते हैं राजस्थान को?
So I believe Rajasthan is much more culturally diverse and much more colorful than Delhi is, because people come to Delhi mostly because there are a lot
Delhi
of
is more colorful according to you?
So not as colorful as Rajasthan, because I have visited Rajasthan twice because of the examination. I have not had the opportunity to come here otherwise. But in only that limited visit also, it is very, because tourism is a major industry there, they have played on their strengths, and it feels very welcoming. It feels very enriching as an experience, and you feel like you feel closer to the history. So that is one factor that I can think of.
Right, right. Yes, over to you, Shubham sir.
Ashutosh sir, do you have any questions to ask? I have got a few questions. I believe Ashutosh sir is here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I-
Actually, yes, sir.
Questions
So,
here. Yes.
Yeah,
sir.
sure. So, समृद्धि, आपने बताया कि आप दिल्ली से हैं, और दिल्ली में अभी हमने प्रीवियसली भी देखा बहुत सारे प्रोटेस्ट रिगार्डिंग LGBTQs. सो जहां से सर ने लास्ट क्वेश्चन पूछा था आपसे, वहीं से कंटिन्यू करता हूं. आईपीसी में सेक्शन 377 एग्जिस्ट करता था. 377 की मैक्सिमम पनिशमेंट क्या है?
So I can't recall the maximum punishment. I
Okay.
apologize.
चलिए मैं बता देता हूँ. लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट है, और लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट के अगर हम बात करें इस ऑफेंस के बारे में, तो ट्राइबल कौन है, कौन सा जज कोर्ट ट्राई कर सकता है इसको?
So court of session.
नो, इट इज ट्राइबल बाय कोर्ट ऑफ मैजिस्ट्रेट. मैजिस्ट्रेट फर्स्ट क्लास ट्राई कर सकता. नाउ सपोज जो है एक मैजिस्ट्रेट फर्स्ट क्लास ये ऑफेंस ट्राई करता है, and he is of the opinion that the punishment which should be given in this case should exceed 10 years, or it should be 10 years, or let's say it should be life imprisonment. Then what should be the process?
So again, the magistrate can forward the case to the CJM, who may commit it to the court of session, and then the court of session can try the same.
See, the trial has been completed. Now the
जब तक जजमेंट नहीं आता तब तक करा जा सकता है.
अच्छा, कमिटल किया जा सकता है.
जी सर.
कमिटल कौन से केसेस में होता है?
सर कमिटल उन केसेस में होता है जो कोर्ट ऑफ सेशन ट्राइबल होते हैं. जैसे ही कोर्ट को पता चलता है कि ये केस कोर्ट ऑफ सेशन ट्राइबल है, तो कोर्ट कमिट कर सकता है सेक्शन 193 के अकॉर्डिंग. लेकिन यहाँ पर जो केस है, यहाँ पे 193 के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं किया जाएगा. I can't recall the exact section, but it is after section 321. उस उधर किया जाता है. I can't recall the exact section. I apologize.
Okay. ठीक है. शुभम सर,
एक क्वेश्चन था शुभम सर. एविडेंस एक्ट आपने बताया कि डेट ऑफ कमेंसमेंट बताया था, क्या था?
So 1st September 1872.
सेम डेट ऑफ कमेंसमेंट किसी एक्ट का और है क्या?
The Indian Contract Act.
वेरी गुड, वेरी. यस शुभम सर, ओवर टू यू.
Samridhi, you said Rajasthan as a state is very colorful. Can you please tell me 3 World Heritage Sites of UNESCO which are in
Yes, sir.
Rajasthan? Yes.
So the oldest is Kiolado National Park. The newest is Jaipur City. Apart from that, the Amber Fort is also a UNESCO heritage site.
Okay. Which city is known as City of Lakes?
So Udaipur.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
And what is Jaisalmer famous for?
Sir, I can't recall right now. I apologize.
Any few dishes of Rajasthan that you like?
The dal bati churma, I had that on my first visit. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, okay. Let's say, for example, are you married?
No,
Samridhi?
sir.
Okay. For example, once you get selected in Rajasthan Judicial Services, you eventually decide to get married. Will you be looking for a suitor from Judicial Services or from any other background, any other job
Sir,
profile?
I have no such consideration in mind right now.
Okay. Let's say, for example, once you are married to whosoever is the person, and after some point of time in your life, the other person starts pressurizing you for conception, for pregnancy. How will you be handling that situation? You are not
Sir,
ready for that.
Sir, since I'm not ready for conception, I would not come into that pressure. I would not want to, because pregnancy is a big decision, having a child is a big decision, and most of the burden comes on the woman itself, physically also, and because the child requires the mother for the first few years, it requires the mother more. So I would not like to give into the pressure. I would like to refuse and maybe explain to my husband where am I coming from and what are my apprehensions.
Okay. Samridhi, let's say you become a judge and thereafter comes one of your distant friend or acquaintance and they ask you for a legal opinion to file a false case under section 69 of BNS against the partner, male partner. What will be your legal advice to your friend or acquaintance?
So I would...
the section about the provision?
Yes, sir, I am aware about the provision. I would very vehemently deny or dismiss my friend from doing it. I would dissuade her from doing so. I would not advise. I would tell her that she should not do so.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Samridhi. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, shall I proceed with the feedbacks? मैं feedback से शुरू करूँ? Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Samridhi, दो तीन चीजें हैं. Your answers were pretty well on point. अच्छे questions का अच्छा आंसर दिया आपने. बहुत over explanation आपने नहीं किया है. It's good that you were on point the entire time. जैसा सर ने initially ही कहा था that your answer in terms of RJS and DJS looks concocted. उसके पीछे एक बहुत बेसिक कारण ये था कि आपने हार्ट एंड सोल वाला जो स्टेटमेंट है वो 2 बार बोला है एंड लेटर ऑन इन योर इंटरव्यू भी वो चीज निकल के आई है, तो वो कॉन्कॉक्टेड सा ना लगे ये बात इंश्योर कीजिएगा. नंबर 1, क्योंकि उस पर क्वेश्चन पूछा जा सकता है. दूसरी चीज, आपने टाइम एंड अगेन ये वाली चीज बोली, हालांकि सर ने ये पॉइंट आउट कर दिया, इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, यू डोंट से दिस ऑल द टाइम. रिपीटेशन में इसको यूज नहीं करना है. आपने बोला कि आई वॉन्ट टू मेक अ गेस. दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे. इस तरीके से एड्रेस नहीं करना है. यू कैन रादर से कि सर कैन आई टेक अ फ्यू मोमेंट्स और कैन आई गिव इट अ ट्राई. मेकिंग अ गेस इट्स अ लिटिल इनफॉर्मल, उसको अवॉइड करना. अच्छा, एक और चीज दैट आई नोटिस्ड दैट व्हाइल यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट राजस्थान, जैसा अनूप सर ने क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे, यू सेड दैट Rajasthan is much more diverse and it is much more colorful. While you were speaking that, you had a jolt of energy and ये थोड़ा सा patronizing लग रहा है कि हम राजस्थान को बहुत ही ज्यादा अच्छा दिखाने के चक्कर में कि बोर्ड जो है राजस्थान का ही है तो हमसे इंप्रेस हो जाए, तो वो एक एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट लग रहा है. Don't put it that way. You can put it in a very humble tone. आराम से आप समझा सकते हैं कि सर देखिए, दिल्ली is also very culturally rich. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि कहीं पे कुछ 19-20 है, but yes, you can say कि सर in my opinion, I find this state more culturally rich. एक चीज है. एक और यहाँ पे आपका थोड़ा सा इनफॉर्मल चला गया था कि सर व्हेन यू सेड दिस कि सर जब तक जजमेंट नहीं आ जाता तब तक कमिटल हो सकता है. ये वाला जो स्टेटमेंट है वो थोड़ा सा उस पे फोकस करिएगा. वन मोर थिंग, व्हेन यू आर नॉट एबल टू रिकॉल समथिंग, यू आर रोलिंग योर आईज आर गोइंग लाइक दिस ये नहीं करना है. This should
जी,
not
sir.
happen. राजस्थान
जी,
जीके, I am pleased कि आपने राजस्थान जीके properly पढ़ा हुआ है. So very good with that point. Answers were on point. Well done. Good job. And even all the best for your Delhi Judiciary mains results. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.